And now on to day 10, mission number 10. The last 3 sections of this challenge are all about the mind. This deep into our complete closer challenge, I hope you can see by now that what was once, it probably seemed a little bit overwhelming at the start, but as you go through the missions, as we had our one-on-one call, I'm sure you can see that, okay, it's not that complicated. It's quite straightforward. It's just texting people online, right? I'm asking you to, go do like martial arts, rock climbing, rocket science. No, right? These are pretty straightforward things, right? You find that where a lot of people fail, it's not because these things are complicated. It is quite straightforward. Yes? You don't know how to do it? I can show you a resource on how to do it. You have a question, I have a solution for it. Right? You need help, I'm right here. Right? You need to see a demonstration, something I've done, I can send it to you. So a lot of times it is not a how problem. Unless of course it's a theory program that they never set up close before and then they cannot demonstrate, then it's definitely a how problem. But with me, you will never have a how or a what problem. A lot of times what really stops people from gaining progress, okay, it's inside their mind. They take hits, they cannot recover. They take hits, they doubt themselves. You think I've never been destroyed on interviews before? You think I've never been destroyed on sales calls before? It happens all the time. Okay, real life, it's brutal. You will have prospects that are just brutal just because, they are that way. You might have days where you don't hit your KPIs. You might have months where you don't earn as much as you like. And people without grit. I've been here for 7+ years full time. This is all I do. I don't have a part-time job, this is my main thing. Pure commission-based closing. Can you imagine the kind of self-discipline it takes to get your life in order? The kind of grit to go through call after call after call. When you take hits, you experience pain, you experience emotions that are difficult to go through, just like this version of me. Can you see the pain on my face? A lot of my students, before they got all these wins, which I will share in part 12, okay, before they got all these wins, their day 1 is the same exact face as this, just crying, overwhelmed, because there will be days that are difficult to get through. Not if, but when those days happen. You take some time to nurse your wounds, you take some time to lick your wounds, take some time to grieve. And then when you are back online, when you're sober again, you got to ask yourself this question, which is this column right here. What's the lesson I learned? I messed up on a call. What did I learn? What should I have done? That's what our one-to-one reviews are for, right? The business owner gave me feedback, harsh feedback today, but it is constructive feedback. It makes sense. What did I learn? How can I absorb all these hits and not sink, but turn it into insights, into training, into fuel for me to become stronger and stronger? Because it can only go one of two ways. You either become weaker and weaker, or through the lessons that you learn, you become stronger and stronger. That's all in our mind. And you cannot just say, I'm strong. I know people who are strong and they just take the same hits again and again and again, and they don't learn the lesson. Sometimes it's because they don't want to learn it, sometimes it's because they cannot learn it. So if you haven't already done so, book your free one-on-one, no pitch, no upsell, nothing. Okay, book that call with me and let me review your entire tracker, your entire your entire roadmap. Okay, because when there's a proper review, you now know that a 1 degree shift, a simple 1 degree shift, can change everything. In the same vein, if you don't know what is the mistake that you're making, if it is a blind spot, and you repeat it again for all the calls, that's a waste of time and energy. Okay, and it can be very demoralizing. Okay, so turn these hits into experience points, make them count. Don't waste time on those big group Zoom calls that you say, I'm not getting enough leads on this team. How can I get more leads? How can I get more calls? And then the sales mentor says something like, oh, just be creative. You know, just think out of the box. Okay, but can you show me how? Can you demonstrate? I want to do it. It's not that I don't want to do it. And you don't get a reply, they duck your question, they pass you to some other coach, and you cannot get your answer. Okay, don't waste time on that. At the end of the day, all the hits that you take, all the lessons that you learn, all the things that you build have to form this triangle. Your personal brand, which we have covered in earlier videos, you're this, you're this, you're this. Okay, your skills, which is this. In your mindset, which is what I'm talking about right now. This is what makes you a bulletproof complete closer. If you have a brand, you have the mindset, you don't have the skills, then you only got hot air. If you have brand and skills, you don't have the mindset, okay, you cannot take hits, you're going to collapse. If you have the mindset, you have the skills, but you are afraid of putting yourself out there, you're going to be unknown. So what I'm hoping to see, what I believe you can do, is you can actually create a very strong balance. When your core is strong, because you have this balance, you'll find that your energy flows. You do the missions up to here, you start to see results. You don't feel that block inside. When people reach out, you find that it aligns, like there's no resistance. Because the resistance is not in you. You are someone that shows up. You are someone that doesn't hide from the chaos. You're not someone that's afraid of emotional turmoil. And so the things that you no longer embody serve as a filter to reject the people that are not aligned with your frequency. And as you get stronger and stronger, better and better, you attract better and better business owners that mirror the same frequency. So the stronger you are here, the better your opportunities will be. Do you believe? If you want a business owner that shows up, you need to be a closer that shows up. You want prospects that you want them to do whatever, you got to do whatever. If not, you'll find that when you're here, all the things you get are on this frequency. When you're here, all the random coincidences, the circumstances, the conditions, they all mirror where you're at. So the only solution is to be that complete closer to the best of your ability, so that the opportunities, the coincidences, the conditions, the circumstances all mirror your completeness. Okay, so what would a professional do? By this point, the professional will send me your end of week review. I should have been receiving your daily end of day reports. Okay, I want to see your trackers being filled up. Okay, you should have given me access to this document. Okay, and in the weekly review, you click on this link. Okay, go to file, make a copy, and then if a week has passed as you're doing this challenge, okay, share with me this week what are 3 things that you felt you did well. 3 things you think can be improved, and I'll help you through it. And 3 big action steps that you plan to implement for the next week. Okay? Convert the chaos of the week into fuel for your success for the next week, and keep it snowball